Welcome to the Black Business Spotlight. This is the After Hour TV. Brought to you by JTheDJ. Let's go.
Shout out After Hour TV. This is JTheDJ. We at JTheDJ Studios, and this is the Black Business Spotlight. So what inspired me to be a DJ and an engineer? At first I started as an engineer, and at 14 I had to get a job. I was legal. I was never allowed to be in the house. So I found a music job, and the music job had a little studio in the back, and they just threw me in a chair. So I kind of just picked it up quick, and they started to charge kids, and kids always wanted to go to the studio. So I just learned and figured out that I was good at it once they started to make so much money off of me, and I ran with that. But after that, I picked up DJing because I was always going to the clubs, and I was recording my cousin's musics, and I knew all the music and how everything ran, so they just brought me to the club with them, and we snuck in at a young age, and I just cut everything up and became good at that. But you know, from that it began to help me be a bigger DJ, because once you buzzing at my age, you know, in the clubs DJing for artists, the club promoters need more DJs to come in and bring to their scene. So they started to gravitate towards me. The downtown clubs, all the college stuff too is what really helped me. Salem State. My 4 years at Salem State, I was a really good name for parties, so that built a big impact on my DJ career too. And you know, when something's working, you just run with it. Black Business Spotlight is super important because they don't want us here as much as we think about it or know it. They don't want us here, and you know, Black lives do matter, and we as a community matter. So just being able to shine on us as entrepreneurs now, learning that we can do this is big for people to know and know where we're at, and it helps us a lot more to be able to better our business and better the amount of people that know about our business. So thank y'all for allowing me to be on this stage. So I've been in business for a year now. 2020 I just signed my LLC. But I've been in my mom's house for like 10 years working on my craft with a bunch of Boston artists. And I just grabbed this building because of COVID, and it allowed me to expand, and now we here. Okay, so my younger self, I'm a tourist. I'm a little bougie a little bit, so I like to spend money a lot, and I like to spend a lot of money. So my thing is saving my money, recognizing that everybody's an adult at a certain age, and you can't help everybody, because I was the person to really like give my last before I gave myself. So I probably would have had this business a lot faster if I never went broke at a young age. And that was really my biggest thing that I would tell myself is like, save your money and figure out how to multiply it 10, 100 times, because you can do a lot with money. So I'm trying to make a huge impact. I'm trying to really, like, that big black section I left right there I want a plaque right there. And that's my biggest thing, to bring a plaque to this city. And you know, as I said, like the competition thing, like I want to have that record that is a staple to the city. So that's my biggest thing, is really bring quality and bring the care of a artist's record, and tell them what's right and what's wrong, when a lot of these engineers will just sit there and not say anything and just take your money. Because it's an expensive industry. Dead or alive, artists I work with, I'd go with Drake as my a live artist, making an album, kind of like Nothing Was the Same, melodic, but also like rappy. What he gave us kind of with like trophies with like the Toronto end. And alive, dead, I'd go with Biggie. One, cause he was very like melodic, but also could rap too. So he had two sides to him, which you can play with an artist a lot more when they can do two things. So those are the two artists I'd pick because they were more they can jump to different lanes, and they weren't one-sided. Summer Walker.
That's the one.
As a singer, you can like just the way she maneuvers around like records, you can tell she plays guitar. Like you can just get the gist that she understands the musicality aspect of music. And when there's an artist like that, you can like do so much more with them. So I guess I'd say Summer Walker as a singer. So with my studio, when you come in here, I want you to know that everything you need to be a successful artist is here. From the studio to being able to shoot videos, shoot covers for albums, being able to do podcasts or whatever you need to be that good-looking artist and compete with the bigger platforms. I wanted to be in here for you. So that's what I want. My most difficult time to overcome had to be being the oldest with two younger sisters, and having to fend for myself in a way, especially having a single parent, and being the only boy. It's kind of, you gotta help with the family and then also help your own self with your own career. So I guess that was the hardest part, like sleeping on the floor and like getting up in the morning and stuff like that. I don't really feel like that was a struggle to me. At the end of the day, we all want to be rich. We always all want to get money. So you got to get up and get that money, or else you're gonna be broke. And I don't know. I could never be broke. So that was a big drive for me. Business during COVID is the most money I've ever made in my life. As an engineer. The other sections of my business, photography and videography and like event space and all of that within the business, is what's not doing well, because you can't have the bigger crowds and you can't do certain capacity number of people in the business. But as far as engineering, I've been booked and I ain't getting no sleep. So at the beginning of COVID, when it was really crazy and they were shutting down businesses, I was building this business, so it didn't really affect me too much. But I did have to think about doing remote business and things like that, or letting people come in here and record, but I'm home running my laptop, controlling my computer. So I thought of different things like that. But other than the other sides of this business, which is like the photography and the event space, engineering wise, I've been okay, and I've been able to withhold my business just as an engineer. One of the hardest points of being an engineer, per se, to start off is, everybody has their own opinion, and when it comes to somebody's craft, it's their baby. They really care about, like, a lot of people don't like tough criticism, but I'm one of them people that I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not gonna tell you that something's alright when it ain't. So there's certain times where somebody's note might not be right, and you tell them, and they might catch an attitude, or what I mean. It's just, every artist has an ego. Like, think of dealing with every zodiac sign. It's hard to deal with everybody, but as a business, you gotta learn to deal with everybody. So my hardest thing was kind of accepting that not everybody got it, or you can't make everybody have it, or like not everybody's gonna see your point of view. And also, like, I like to work with everybody. I don't never turn nobody away. So the politics of both businesses, as a DJ and an engineer, somebody might record over there and they see I posted them, they was over here, they might catch an attitude. You know, they might be mad at me for recording they artists, but they ain't, you know, it's a lot of behind the scenes politics with DJing and engineering that people don't know, that can become problematic. And you know, and I think that's a big Boston issue too. You know, everybody should be able to work together, but everybody kind of wants to just crowd in a circle and deal with who they deal with and not allow you to deal with that artist. But you know, it's features and all that, you got to deal with everybody. So I guess that's one of the toughest things, is just dealing with a lot of egos. And I'm a quiet person, so I don't really talk much. Being a black business owner, I've dealt with the word cocky a lot. When, you know, I grinded from the bottom, literally. And I myself don't feel like I'm cocky. I just feel like I've gained the knowledge to be able to put forth the accurate information. And you know, a lot of people with 9-to-5s or just like certain things, they look at entrepreneurs as they think they're better, when we don't think we're better. We think we figured out, like, that we know what we need to do in life. And you know, not everybody figures that out fast, but you know, one thing I'll never shun on is anybody with a 9-to-5, but using that money from that 9-to-5 and putting it into something that can make you revenue on your own is what you got to think of as a 9-to-5er to turn you into an entrepreneur. So what inspires me and keeps me driven is the fact of hearing that Boston's cursed and it can't happen here. And I know that it can happen here, and I kind of want to be the one to make it happen here. So getting up and coming here every day just makes me care more about people's records, and really give my best work every time I'm behind this board. The biggest way to help me is just getting the name out. My business is in the cut. Literally, if you drive by it, you won't know that I'm down here. And just being seen and known about is the biggest thing. So it's just sharing my website, page, IG, till everybody knows about it is the biggest help that I can ask for, bigger than money, honestly. Because word of mouth has always been the biggest form of my company. So I know how much that can withhold my company even bigger. What up? I'm about to give y'all a tour of JTheDJ Studios, you know. Let's start at the studio.
Man. Let's see, man. Okay.
So we got everything from your live stuff, so we can do live shows eventually when everything from COVID opens up, to top-notch engineering equipment and studio stuff, to nice booth where we record instruments and
a lot of space,
all of that type of stuff, drum sets, you know, saxophones, everything they want, everything they need.
A lot of space. You got a little couch in here.
Nice little couch.
You know, you can sit down.
You know.
Okay, they got the monitor.
Sound wise, everything, you know.
This is always key though, when they have, like, when you guys have the monitor inside the joint.
Yeah,
when I
need them to know exactly where I need them to punch in, or like, you know, them certain people that want to start from the beginning and just see it all.
Yeah.
So it's good for them to be able to see everything that's going on. Or if they just don't, there ain't no window in here, so a lot of people, they might not think I'm working or doing certain things. So it's good for them to see a screen and know. And also, like, this is key people to control their own sound and their own ears, other than me doing that.
So how long did it take you to get all this equipment that we see? It's a lot of top equipment that you got in here.
Ooh, so I started small in the house and got inch by inch, and then I don't really spend too much money on myself. So a lot of the money within the business goes right back into it. So. Man, it's an expensive business.
Yeah, so definitely.
It comes fast.
Nah, this is dope, man. This is dope, man. He's exclusive, man. But we're not done yet, man. That's not it. That's not it, man. My man's gonna take us through the whole joint. What else that we got, man? I know there's more.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot going on. Don't forget, if y'all want to do y'all little podcast, we got everything for
a lot of
the podcast. Man. Which they can do in this little smaller room. Yeah. TVs for them to put together meetings. Anything can go on in this room. And then you got the bigger room, where all the magic really happens. Events eventually, once COVID ends again,
Big space. So people can come here and do photo shoots. I don't have my
mask on. But,
there you go. So people can do photo shoots. What's some other things that can go down?
Photo shoots, baby showers, quinceañeras, everything that you can think of, bigger format type of stuff, wedding, receptions, anything.
So when you got this space, was this the original? Well, when you first think about getting your own space, was this the original plan to try to have something you could do multiple things in, or did it kind of just fall in your lap?
No. I didn't want to leave the house unless I was able to do multiple things. And the biggest thing that I said within this interview is like just the artist to have everything they need to be an artist, whether it's practice space, whether it's a space to like understand how to run a show or like different things like that. I just wanted to make sure I had every element in the space to do every single element an artist needed. So this was definitely helped seal the deal for me to take this spot. And we put in the kitchen in this other room. We still under construction a little bit. But I'm just trying to make sure that we can do everything an artist needs.
Can we take a peek in that room real quick? Because we want to see the before. You know what I mean? So when we come double back, when the kitchen is right, they can see the before and they can see the after, man.
Of course. We're going to do stripper pole classes in here.
Hey! Listen, I'm all about health and wellness, man. We do the after hour fitness. So maybe we have an after hour fitness post session in here. You know what I mean? Good workouts.
This is where the green room for events and stuff also is gonna be, but also whenever we have those baby showers or stuff like that, where there's gonna be a kitchen in here where they can, put all their foods and warm up their foods and stuff like that. So.
Dope. Well, appreciate the tour, man. This is fire, man. So listen, it's not only that you can book your studio session, man. You can also book your photo shoot here. You can have your birthday party in here. You can record your podcast in here. I mean, you could just talk business with a young black professional like himself, man. I mean, so it's a dope story. I seen him from afar grinding, getting to it. So it's dope to kind of sit down with him after you reinvested all this money, time, and energy, blood, sweat, and tears to be in his establishment, building with him, chopping it up with him, and it's only gonna get better from here. So I appreciate you again, bro, for taking the time to talk with us, man. And this has been the Black Business Spotlight. I got my man JTheDJ.
Yes, sir.
And we here, man, after hours.
Make sure y'all tap in 1295 River Street. I'm right here.